global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness. Today, there is one senator in Nigeria that is loved by all, particularly in Igbo, especially the indigenous people of Biafra, such that they warned that if he ever comes to harm's way, Nigeria will have them to deal with. Well, it looks like harm's way is an understatement compared to what he's going through some couple of hours ago and even right now. But before we go to the newspaper to find out what Senator Abaribe went through, the attack he's going through right now, like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, let's go straight into the news of the day. Abaribe, the minority leader of the Senate, was reportedly attacked by suspected political thugs in Abia State. The incident happened in Abwala Ngwa, headquarters of Isiala Ngwa North Council, where Abaribe went to consult with stakeholders over his governorship ambition. Reacting, the chairman of Obingwa Council, Michael Nwoke, condemned the attack, describing it as a display of rascality. Well, Isiala Ngwa, Abia State, suspected political thugs as of Tuesday, April 19, reportedly attacked Senator Abaribe, the minority leader in Abia State. According to the news, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship aspirant in Abia State had gone on a consultation meeting with the party stakeholders at Okwala Ngwa, headquarters of Isiala Ngwa North Council. Was also cited saying that shortly after the Senate minority leader started addressing the stakeholders, a man later identified as the deputy chairman of the council, T.h.u.g.s, attacked him. The deputy chairman was alleged to have said unprintable things about the senator over his governorship ambition. The sources added that enraged the deputy chairman was what enraged the deputy chairman was held by some stakeholders who pleaded with him to allow Abaribe to conclude his speech, but the council official was adamant. Amidst the chaotic scene, thugs who were said to have already been waiting in the wings invaded the venue of the meeting and dispersed the people. Attempts to confirm the incident from the Senate minority leader were not successful, noting that his media aide Uchenna Anwam was yet to respond to a text message sent to his phone. Well, the incident has already been greeted with condemnation by various stakeholders of the PDP, who called for tolerance and understanding among politicians and political parties in the state. The chairman of Obingwa Council, Michael Nwoke, described the attack as a display of rascality by the deputy chairman of Isiala Ngwa North Council and his thugs. He also urged the security agencies in the state to urgently invite him to explain why he chose to disrupt Abaribe's meeting and also unravel his sponsors. Meanwhile, the APC chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, has urged Senator Abaribe to leave the opposition PDP to actualize his political ambition. Abaribe is eyeing the PDP governorship ticket in Abia State, has been caught in a web of a zoning formula which favors Abia Central and Abia North Senatorial District, given that his region, Abia South District, had already taken its turn. Adamu said, and I quote him, "Some of you are the best materials this country have, but you are in the wrong camp. It is in my heart of hearts, those of you who are willing to reach out to your higher pedestal. Our hands are open. We are stretching our hands to you. Come." Abaribe is loved by all. You can imagine if they don't give him PDP candidacy. Let's say PDP governorship candidacy, but let's say it flows, because the truth is, he has his personal ambition. No one can take that away from him. Then again, he has severally condemned APC. In fact, apart from Governor G.s, one of the very bold opposition party members, party faithful, they have been very bold. They call a spade in spade. They don't care who else being God. In fact, if you ask me, they are the life wire of PDP right now when it comes to checking and checkmating APC's SSs. He say Abaribe and Governor G.s. Others are just opposition in the title opposition. Wike has been very vocal when it comes to the issue of the excesses of APC, particularly in Abaribe in Senate. Whenever he talks, they know he will not hide his mouth. And I imagine Adamu seeing that zoning formula problem just once, because once he can decamp from APC, from PDP to APC, PDP will not be one leg standing, with only Wiki holding it, which might, when it comes to being vocal anyway, which may not be too well. So I don't know if Senator Abaribe would override his pride, override his stand for the people and go to APC. Of course, they will likely give it to him. Or would he look at the people and forget about his desire to be a governor so that he can always speak up for the truth? Because let's call a spade a spade. Once you enter APC, you cannot be condemning the party and the platform which you used to enter now. So you just be quiet. You have to keep your mouth shut while as things are unfolding, things are happening. But he's a man of conscience. The question is, would he be enticed enough to leave the opposition to the ruling party? Time will tell. Nigerians have taken to their social media to respond to not just the fate of Abia state, but also to the fate of Eyinaya Abaribe as a whole. Who would believe that such a beautiful soul like Eyinaya Abaribe, some people will still have the nerve and the mind to still want to attack him? I guess a prophet is not respected in his own home. Check very well. It is in Dengwa, his own people, kings and clan, his own Abia people, though he's from another district, senatorial district, but it's still his own people that have the mind that the gods to want to attack him. Outsiders may not be able to, simply because of the love he has gathered so far over the years. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians. This one here is saying, he is the next governor of Abia State. If they like it or not, that's their business. And that person said, what has he imparted in all his whole of being a senator in Abia? Well, that's a big question. But then, in the eyes, in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is a king. In a situation where the country celebrates mediocrity, to the point that some people will have the mind to put pipe-borne water, or even pipe-borne water is even nice, borehole is even nice. They will put this wooden bridge that's now up to 100 meters, and they will have the mind to call Mr. President to come and commission wooden bridge. That is their district, their senatorial ward, and all the whatever performance they have done with how many millions they've collected over the years. So if you see someone who is even giving bikes, you celebrate him. After all, some of them, when they were senators, you see them, their houses look like a car stand of beauties, of beasts called cars. And you ask them, say, if you ask them now, they'll tell you before in their mother's womb they were a billionaire. You now ask them, how did you become a billionaire? Say, right from my mother's womb, I became a billionaire. No general source of income. Let's get real. Nigeria is that fantastically corrupt. So when you see things like this, well, if you want to compare him with the others, he has tried. But if you want to go to normal standard, then he has done nothing much. Let's continue what people are saying. Another person said it will never be in Abia State that he will do what? He has entered already. Another person said, well, APC Abia State is a suspect. Simple thanks for information purpose. How do you know it's APC? You just comment because you feel that it is. Well, I know it's political anyway, but the question is, who did it? I'm sure this kind of thing, the main guy will not usually come out.